What's up guys, Erico here. 6 things to quit to be successful. Show reel. Bam!
People have today isn't that they're struggling, isn't that they can't get out of their shit. It's because the shit that they're in isn't big enough. And why I say that is because if that shit was big enough right now, if the people had a gun pointed to their head, they would actually get their ass moving. Always understand that emotions is what leads to motion. It's energy in motion. So if your emotional drive is not strong enough, you're not going to do anything to get out of it.
What's up guys, Erico here, international speaker, entrepreneur and best-selling author. In this video, I wanted to share with you these 6 key things that you need to quit to be successful. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because only last year, I'm actually speaking at this event again this year. So I may see a lot of you there who are London based and in the UK. It's the Best You Expo. And if you have a look, last year was really, really cool with a huge lineup. This year we have a really cool lineup as well. I'm not sure if I'm okay to announce it. But last year we had this lady here. I'm not sure if you're familiar with The Secret, Sharon Lecter. Really, really cool female entrepreneur. We also have my friend Mac there. We also have Jason Vale. If you haven't seen the Juice Master, really, really cool, his stuff. And Hilary DeVay. Right? Dragon's Den. Some of you may have not seen Hilary DeVay before. If you're, let's say, out in America, you're probably not so familiar with her. But Dragon's Den is the equivalent to Shark Tank. So that's Dragon's Den in the UK. That's one of the dragons. And then there's me. This was from last year. And a lot of people always say, Eric, what does it take to be successful? And I know this year, when I'm going on this show, a lot of people always ask about success principles and stuff. But I think what's most important is actually not so much the new things you learn. And I always say personal development, I think, is not so much the process of learning. You're probably wondering what this thing is on my head. I don't know. I actually thought it would be a good idea. The lights got pretty bright and I don't know how I don't know. Okay, let's get rid of that. Anyway, guys, so yeah, a lot of people say personal development is one of those things where it's, learning new things. But I think personal development is more so the process of unlearning. Right? Because through our conditioning, through our social conditioning, through our upbringing, through society, through teachers, parents, they've taught us certain ways to be, and I don't think that a lot of the time it's very effective to actually apply those strategies and make it work for us to get results. Because let's face it, the majority of the world is not like the most successful. I mean, I don't say that with any disrespect or anything. I think it's just the way it is, right? And, coming from a college dropout background and then going through this whole journey to now being $1 million investor in Shark Tank, a lot of people say, Eric, how did you go through this journey? And I think it's most important to understand how do we get rid of a lot of the bad habits that we kind of do and a lot of the bad conditioning or the disempowering conditioning that we've gained throughout time. And that's why I want to share with you these 6 fundamentals. And let me tell you something, if you shift these 6 things out of your life, you get rid of it, it will change your life dramatically. How do I know? Because not only have I shared this to thousands and thousands of people around the world on live events and live stages, on a lot of trainings, right? But I've also implemented it myself in all areas of my life, and I've seen massive, massive changes, massive results. So if you're looking to take 2018 to that next level, then make sure to keep your open mind and keep that learning going. Get your pens out, get your notepads out, and get scribbling. So the first thing is zoom. Okay, stopping. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to quit stopping. And you may be like everybody else, where you've been in one of those situations before where you have a dream, you have a goal, or maybe it was a New Year's resolution, right? And then it comes to week 1, you're really, really charged, really pumped, really, really excited to take on this year. And then week 2 dies down a little bit. Week 3, kind of start forgetting what the goals were in the first week. And then by month 2, it's kind of like gone and life kind of just like sucks the life out. Life sucks the life out of you. Just, you know what I mean, right? You get consumed by that everyday thing again, and then you kind of like stop. You don't even know where you stopped, right? And the thing is this, stop, the first thing to quit is to quit stopping. When you start something, get into the practice, right? Start building this habit of finishing what you start. And they say how you do anything is how you do everything. So it's important to actually recognize this in all areas of your life. Because when you see that, if you know that you're very good at starting things, you're the creative mindset. Okay, I was that too because I went to art college, right? And we're the ideas people. We have so many different ideas. We never actually like start and finish a project, but the projects that we do finish are amazing, right? That's just how creative people are when they finally get their ass moving to actually complete a project. It's very amazing because generally they're kind of like perfectionists and they kind of make sure all the detail and everything's right, okay? But the thing is, don't stop. And I don't know if you heard the story about the 3 foot from gold, but it's a very important story. It talks about how a guy digs and digs and digs and digs a hole, and then he gets 3 foot from gold, then he quits. Then what happens is the next lot of people come in at the bottom of the hole, they dig the last like few inches or something, and then they hit the pot of gold, right? And this is how a lot of people are, right? Sometimes you're not so far away from your goal. So make sure to complete what you start, and then you can be successful in different areas and getting results in your life, okay? The second thing, zoom, okay? The second thing is saying tomorrow. Quit saying tomorrow. Isn't it so true that a lot of the time we're always saying, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, right? There's this saying, and I want you to actually maybe write this down and stick it on your wall. Very powerful, remind yourself every single day, you see. When, right, would be a good time like now, okay? Or when would now be a good time? And I want you to stick that on your wall. Why? It's a very powerful saying. If you live your whole life thinking now, right? Not thinking, I'll do it tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. You keep saying tomorrow, 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 and it keeps working on this rollover, right? And so it's very important to think now, right? It's always about doing it now, the speed of implementation. Get that shit done, okay? So quit saying tomorrow. The third thing is, how do you do this? Okay, right, ready? The third thing is, zoom, okay? Being a victim. Quit being a victim. Quit saying, oh, you know, why is this happening to me? Why is life happening to me? Why am I not lucky like the other people out there? You know, why can't I get an opportunity? Let me tell you something, right? Opportunities are everywhere. And if you want to learn about opportunities, by the way, make sure to click on 2 videos prior to this. 2 days ago, I did a piece. It was a very powerful piece, if I may say so myself, okay, on the awakening, and talking about how opportunities work and opportunities portals and how to actually get more opportunities in life. So make sure to watch that video after this one, okay? So make sure to complete this one, okay? Stop stopping, okay? So anyway, okay, being a victim. Stop being a victim. So stop pointing your fingers outwards and saying, you know, I wish I could be like that. I wish I could be like, stop thinking you're the victim, right? Stop thinking life is unfair. Instead, right? Take charge of your life. Step into your power. How do you do that? Very simple, right? Stop blaming. Stop complaining, right? Stop pitying. Instead, understand that you are in charge of your mind. You're in charge of your thoughts. You're in charge of your emotions. And you're also in charge of, therefore, your motions, your actions. And your actions determines your results. So it all starts from thought, and understand that you have complete control of everything. You are not a victim. Nothing happens to you. You create your reality, okay? And it all starts from your perception of life, okay? So number 4 is zoom, okay? Saying no. Stop saying no. And you know, I don't know if you watched that movie, Jim Carrey, Yes Man, right? Very powerful movie, because it's amazing when you keep saying yes to opportunities, right? When you see things that are positive, when you feel it within that gut instinct, or a lot of the time when I do my spiritual Sundays, I always call it that God instinct. When you feel that feeling and it feels good, right? And you know that that is your intuition, that is your calling, that is your purpose. So say yes. Right? Stop letting doubt, stop letting fear get into the way. So quit saying no to intuition. Quit saying no to your purpose, your passion, something that makes you feel good, right? And just say yes, right? Feel the fear and do it anyway, right? Write that one down, stick that one on your wall too, right? And the 5th thing is zoom, okay? Expecting, right? Quit expecting, quit expectations, right? I said in one of my videos on Facebook, if you actually go on my Facebook, Erico Official, I do a lot of different content on these 2 platforms, you see. So if you go on there and you see that pinned to the top of the wall, I talk really powerful piece, and is when I was on stage, I talk about it, expectations and disappointment. Without expectations, you can't have disappointment. So if you've ever felt like you're disappointed with the result, or you're disappointed with whatever before, that feeling, or that negative feeling, comes from expectation. So if you never had it in the first place, you won't have it. Now you're thinking, but if I don't expect things, then how do I achieve things? Well, there's a difference between expecting something and goal setting. So you can still set a goal, but you do not need an expectation to achieve it, right? That doesn't mean you don't need to try hard. You still work towards it without expectation. Live in the moment. Stop thinking future, think in the moment, work one moment at a time, and then by the time you know it, you've reached your goal, right? It's just very, very simple. It's just like, I don't know if you've ever done this before. I did this a few times hiking. When you're hiking, you kind of like look at the top of the mountain, and then you're thinking, oh, I'm nearly there, and you keep thinking of the goal. And when you keep thinking of the goal, it's kind of like, you ask how long left, they say like 4 hours, and you're like, 4 hours, OMG. And it seems long and long, and it seems really, really long, right? And how to actually get to your goal a lot faster is to stop thinking about the future, stop thinking about the destination or your expectation of how long it's going to take. Instead, just focus yourself in the moment. And a lot of the time when you're just hiking, you just walk, and you're just enjoying a chat. And by the time you know it, you're at your destination and you think, how on earth did I get there? It's because you were focusing one moment at a time without focusing on the expectation. Anyway, guys, so the final thing, are you ready? Give me a drum roll and zoom. The final thing is avoiding. Stop avoiding, right? Stop avoiding what needs to be done. You know what needs to be done. Right now, you also know what needs to be done. Right? And there's a very powerful, a friend of mine, Derek Robbins, he talks about what we call a hard, easy method, right? And he says that a lot of the time when we wake up in the morning, what do we end up doing? We always end up doing the easy stuff, right? And then what happens to the hard stuff, the hard tasks, the things that we never get around to doing? It gets rolled over to the night, and it gets rolled over to the next day, and it keeps getting rolled over, right? So stop avoiding. Instead of avoiding it, understand what is important to you right now, what is urgent to you right now in terms of empowering yourself, the empowering tasks at hand that need to be done to get yourself closer to your goal. Focus on them things now. Stop avoiding it. And you'll find that a lot of the time when we do the hard things first in the morning, our day gets easier and easier and easier. Instead of keep rolling those stressful thoughts of those tasks that we don't want to do right now and keep rolling it over day after day after day, because that's called the stress stack. Stop stacking up that stress. Instead, get that shit done. The important stuff that you know need doing right now. That call you know you need to make right now. That person you know you need to see right now. That person you probably don't want to see, but you know it's important towards your career, towards your goal, towards whatever you're doing right now. Get that shit done. Stop avoiding. That's it. 6 things to quit to be successful. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm now doing daily vlogs, daily inspiration. I'm actually traveling to Malta tomorrow. This is a last spontaneous trip. So if you're interested in following my travels, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.